What's up, banana bunch? Bunch? Bunch?
Welcome to the Junglejims podcast.
What's up, Banana Bunch? You know what time it is? It's time for another episode of the Junglejims podcast. I'm your host, Mark. Welcome to the show. I'm still out here at the remote studio in Northern Kentucky. Always fun. Thank you all for joining me, of course. I really appreciate that. Following up this week on something I promised last week. And I'm laughing because in the background, my sweet and charming dog, Bark Morrison, has made no noise or motion the whole time I've been here, and then as soon as I hit record on that, he's clicking around in the background. What a jerk. Everybody pet your dogs. First off, I just want to throw this out there. This was kind of cool. Shine Water is a great product. I know I talked about them on our TikTok and other short forms on social media. And they sent me a little case to drink on while I was at home because we're going to have them on the show soon. So I'm really looking forward to that. Today I got to drink it was the mixed berry acai flavor. But what was really cool is they also sent this thing. It's like a lid because it's a can. But it's a little lid so that nothing spills out. I thought that was pretty sweet. So I have a feeling I'm going to use that a lot. Thank you all very much for that. And I look forward to having you on the show. It's going to be great. A couple, housekeeping items here. I mentioned this last week of the show, and I'll probably do this for a little while. We've got some events coming up. I know we talked about one of our wine events that happened last week in there. And then, of course, we've got coming up the Hot Sauce Festival that you all know and love, the Weekend of Fire that's coming up at the end of August. What I would really recommend is you get on Eventbrite, and that's Bright, B-R-I-T-E, eventbrite.com, or download the app and follow Junglejims on there, because what's going to happen going forward is that they're going to put all of our events on there. That way you can easily follow along and you can subscribe. That way, whenever we post a new event, you actually get a notification that's like, hey, by the way, we're doing this thing. It might be up your alley. Let's see what you think, that kind of thing. I highly recommend it. It's really great. And along those lines, while you're hitting your app store, go get the Junglejims app. There are app-exclusive sales in the Junglejims app so that you can get a better price on things than all the regular people in the store. I know that's important to all of you. FOMO, that's why the rise of influencers happened. Definitely check that out, though, because you can also look at the weekly ad. You can see all kinds of deals there. You get to sneak preview. Every Sunday night, you can sneak preview the next week's ad, which I think is really helpful if you're planning ahead. You can obviously check out episodes of the Junglejims podcast. Thanks for that, John. I appreciate you plugging that in there. And so much more. And the app will continue to grow. We're taking a lot of feedback on that. And honestly, anytime, this question comes up a lot to me. If you have like an idea or something along those lines or something you want, shoot us an email at contactus@junglejims.com. I promise everybody sees that. There was somebody reached out on Instagram yesterday. I was like, reach out to them. That'll be how that gets to happen. Speaking of fun things in the ad this week, I saw they're running crazy deals. All of our buyers in the store are always going out of their way to see what we can get at a great price for everybody. It's really impressive to me because, since I've been home, I live, if it's not clear to everyone, I mentioned Northern Kentucky, but I live a pretty considerable distance from Junglejims, which makes it hard to get up there, especially when I'm immobile and can't drive as it is. But what's been funny is I've had to purchase from, local competitors. I'm just trying to be polite about it. And it's crazy. Even after I remove delivery fees and that kind of stuff, it's crazy to see really how frustratingly better was it for me. I know you likely won't trust me because, I'm an employee, but it is funny to see that my bill before my corporate discount is cheaper than anything I've spent, and it's been crazy. And maybe I should get on my soapbox for a minute. I know, Jimmy, you were encouraging me to start doing stand-up on the show. Well, I've been writing bits. I've mostly just been writing rants because, man, how do I say this? The delivery fees on things are so insane right now. It's crazy. I'm one of those people, if you can't tell, I love doing things. I love the action of just existing. So the idea of having food delivered to my house, I honestly, personally loathe it. I would much rather just go to a place, have a little of that tactile experience, get a little of the action as it were. And then if I want to take it home and eat it, that's fine, whatever. But it's been crazy to see all these things go up there. And it's like, you know, a lot of people ask us about delivery, and I'm just thinking the nightmare would be from just a logistics end as far as like just getting it prepared. And that's probably where a lot of these costs come from. But it's insane to see something that you are normally accustomed to paying for, just say a sandwich, for example. Let's say it's $5. I don't know where I'm buying a $5 sandwich, but after all the fees and tips and everything, it's like $15. It will more than double your price. I don't know how you all are living is really what I'm going at. And the point is, get the Jungle Gyms app and save some money. Please shop with us. I promise it'll be worth your time. The two that really rung out to me, especially as it's summertime, I'm sure the kids will be excited about this, but I saw they had mozzarella string cheese for, I think it was $3.99 a bag, like a big family-sized bag. So we've been running deals on those all summer. The one I'm really excited about and wish I was there to go purchase myself would be the Amish chicken that we carry. We've got the cut party wings, so like the fun, easy little, like the little drumettes and little flats. They're $2.99 a pound. I don't think I've paid $2.99 a pound for wings since before COVID, probably. So honestly, if you're on your way to Northern Kentucky after leaving either one of the Jungle Gym stores, please pick me up a package and I will gladly pay for it. This is the only kind of delivery I'm up for. I've been thinking about that all week. I was like, that's great. But anyway, there's tons more deals, always fresh produce, all that good stuff. Now, the whole time you've been sitting here, like, I've got a plate. It looks like I was just inviting you to lunch. Well, I kind of am. So I said, I was calling back to last week's episode, something I promised. So in the time I've been out, it's actually been very funny. I've had a lot of people that I've met through our social platforms reach out to me over the last year or two and just be like, hey, let me know when you're going to be in the store. I'm traveling to visit, that kind of stuff. I've missed so many of them. It's been very, very funny. But I mentioned last week that one of them, Kevin, came in from St. Louis, and he brought me some tastes of St. Louis. We originally had planned we were going to do a podcast together in the studio where he tried a bunch of Cincinnati favorites. And I had him trying. I have video of him trying Goetta for the first time, which I think I'm not particularly. Look, I'm a transplant to the area, so I'm excited because you're excited. But we'll be curious to see what he thinks about Goetta. But he sent me a ton of stuff to try. So I think that's really where this episode's going this week. So I'll cut around to some of the stuff. Actually, you know what? Before we even get into this, and I'll tell you when everything's on the table here. Here's what I gave him to try. I gave him both. I mean, I would have loved to give him every independent chili brand, but I gave him a can. I gave him, well, not just A, but I gave him some Skyline chili. I gave him some Gold Star chili. We gave him Grippos. We gave him Buckeyes. What else? And we gave him Goetta. Those are the big ones. We're like, okay, that seems pretty on brand for us. For the most part, we don't really have. I don't know. I couldn't think of too many like specific beverages that were so Cincinnati. So in turn, he brought me a ton of stuff to try. So before I run his clip, I guess I am going to go through this. I'm very indecisive. You can't tell. I'm just going slowly crazy in my house, mostly alone. Let's see here. These are Old Vienna of St. Louis. These are red hot Riplets. They're ridged potato chips, hot barbecue flavor. So that's funny. That's probably going to be similar to the Grippos note. Let's see. These, I'll pull in all the off-camera ones first. These are Dad's Original Scotch Oatmeal Cookies. I love the old-timey bag. We'll dive in a little further. There's pizza, there's cake, and they're hard to show, and I want to get some insert clips. So first, let's go ahead and just run a quick clip of Kevin trying Goetta for the first time.
Good morning, Mark. Today we're trying the Goetta you sent me. I was told it was best with syrup, but we're going to try it plain first. Hope that's not a mistake. I'm not sure why, but that tastes vaguely familiar. Now I'll try it with some syrup. Definitely better with the syrup, but I think I'm going to stick to regular sausage.
Awesome. Well, first off, Kevin, I should just say thank you so much. And thanks to everybody, Tyler, that reached out. Well, the two Tylers that reached out. And then that was crazy, too, because it was even funnier as now people I consider good friends. I know I've mentioned them on the show before. You may have seen clips because I've pulled some stuff before. I'm going to try and get that on here. And if not, I'll do one of those apologies to the family at the end. But they came into the store as well while they were traveling in town. The Happy Human Adventurers. They took some footage for me of their time in the store. Anyway, all these people have been reaching out. Kevin was really great, so I wanted to run down all of this stuff. I'm really excited to try it. I just, while we were waiting, cracked into one of these. So we've got some Fitz's. Fitz's is a St. Louis. I almost called him a brewery, but like soda company. Now, great news about this. I found out shortly after this. I haven't tried all of these, but another friend of mine from St. Louis, Eric. Hi, Eric. I'm sure you're watching still. Eric, a while back, had sent me a bottle of Fitz's Cardinal Cream, which was kind of their take on a red cream soda. It went crazy. And then, me kind of being stupid, I'm just like, oh, it's a St. Louis thing. So we at Jungle Gyms, who carry products from all over the world, why would we have them? Anyway, great news. If this is exciting, we carry the Fitz's line in stores now, too. So you can actually try some of the stuff I'm trying today, too, when you come to the store. I think that's really cool. So anyway, I want to start off, because it's been a little hot outside. I'm going to do a little diet root beer first, and we'll move into the rest of the plate. So this is Fitz's diet root beer. I also have the full sugar version. I'll dive into that at the end, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm excited. I love it. Ooh, I'm already excited about that. Long-time viewers will know I'm a big fan of birch beer. That's why I grew up on the East Coast drinking mostly. And birch beer, if you haven't had it, I always joke, it just tastes like root beer with extra root. So this has a little bit more of that, like the wintergreen note that's in root beer, a little more forward. It's not very sweet. I think they didn't use a lot of fake sweetener. I'm actually very into that as well, but I also get nice notes of the vanilla. That's really good. I'm actually incredibly excited to try the full sugar one because a lot of these companies think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Fitz's might use, they use pure cane sugar. That's going to hit hard. So let's go through there. Now, I know I drank something first, but Kevin had told me, he was like, hey, do you have a list of, and I kind of ignored him on the question because I didn't want to do it until the show was running. He was like, do you have a list of things that you think you're going to like in order? So going through some of the items, I think in order, the things I'm going to be favorite, this ooey butter cake looks insane. Funny enough, when my friend Eric, another friend of the show, when he had sent the Cardinal Cream, he sent me a piece of, I think a different brand, but very similar. I'm very, very excited about this. This one looks crazy. You can kind of see it here. I got some insert shots so you get an idea of what it looks like there. But it looks beautiful. It's got a crispy top that kind of crumbled a little bit. I have a feeling that's going to be my number one. I'm a sweet guy in general. I think the pizza could be up there, but I have a feeling it's going to go something like the cake one. I think the root beer is going to be in second place. I have a feeling the chips are going to go third. Then I think it'll be ravioli pizza. I'm tough on pizza, guys. We've talked about this before. You watch the whole pizza episode. It's that obnoxious East Coast pizza thing. But I do love experiencing other people's types of pizzas. Cincinnati style is usually a little too sweet. I know we talked about that on the show already before. But that was kind of my idea here. So I'm excited. Okay, so I'm trying to think of where I should start first. I guess we'll work our way up. Let's go with the chips first. So these are Old Vienna of St. Louis. They're red hot Riplets. They're ridge potato chips in a hot barbecue flavor. This is all the internet is now, right? It's just either watching like comedians be mean to each other or people eating stuff in front of you on the internet. Let's find out what's up. Oh, let me get a bigger chip so you can see. Here we go. All right, so it looks nice. It's nice and red. Smells good. Oh, that's really interesting. So, I think earlier I was like, oh, this might hit the Grippos note. I actually think I like this even more than I thought I was going to. So one thing it does, compared to the Cincinnati Classic, they use a ridged chip, which I think holds seasoning better. But the flavor profile is totally different. It's a way more, it's like a spice forward. When you get a Grippos, it's like very sweet. Then the barbecue comes through. You kind of have a similar path here, but it's a little sweet on the front end and then almost instantly blooms into kind of like a nice peppery spice. The crunch, that's a solid crunch on the chip. I love this. That's why our Riplet chips have deeper ridges. They hold every last morsel of hot, sweet barbecue. What's kind of funny is I don't really get a ton of barbecue flavor on this. I'm just getting kind of almost like, if you told me this was like sweet chili, not sweet chili because I think you're going to think of Thai chili sauce, but like it's like chili peppers with a little bit of sweet on the front end. They are delicious. I think maybe misnamed slightly, but these are great. Tom Rink, I'm sending these to you. Please get them in the store. These go crazy. I would love to see somebody try these back and forth. Let me look at some of the flavors that they mentioned on the back here, just in case. Let's see. Onion powder, garlic powder, extractives of paprika. Oh, only for color. hickory smoke. Let's see. Did I miss anything else? Oh, there was that up there. No, they just had the dreaded spices. So I'm not quite sure what's in this. I really like these. If you like a spicy barbecue chip, but you're looking for something that's a little more spice forward and a little less sweet, I think this might be the move for you. This is really good. I wish I could describe it better. But I think the hot pepper with a little bit of sweetness on there is really the move. It's definitely in the ballpark in the barbecue family, by the way. Don't be too mad at me. But when I think barbecue, I guess in my head I think of that kind of both the tanginess and the sweetness. And this is way more just spicy. It is really good. Highlight. Okay, little camera issue. We'll catch back up. But the fact is, we love the chips. Off to a great start. They're spicy. Hopefully I can get those in the store. Let's go in here with, I know we charted with a little here. I maybe broke into this thinking I'd captured it already. The regular root beer, delicious. Honestly, they're very similar. If you're one of those people like me that were stuck in the 90s brain, you're like, oh, I don't like diet soda. You'll be fine with this. It tastes great still. Honestly, I think the diet might be a little bit better. It's a little stronger in flavor, but this one is slightly sweeter because of the real cane sugar. Off to a great start. Now, let's move up the old pipeline here. Let's go with some of these ravioli. So these are some fried ravioli, the little appetizer. I wasn't sure what to expect. I'm curious. And mine maybe baked a minute or two too long, so they got a little crunch at the bottom. But I'm not taking points away from that. I think these are going to be a little crispy either way. So, yeah, those are pretty good. Yeah, those are solid. It doesn't really taste very ravioli. Maybe I should have gotten some marinara sauce for these. That may have gone pretty hard. But the meat's well seasoned. It's fun. I would go to a St. Louis party to try these. All right, I'm in. That's good. All right, now I know with the pizza, when we were doing that, I show it here, and you can see it sliced up hot. I cut it the proper way. I didn't want all of you to come and cancel me in St. Louis. So I'm curious about this. Regional pies, sometimes they're a little too sweet for me. I like the pizza way more than I thought I was going to. I'm not usually a super thin crust guy. I'm very particular with my tavern-style pies. This one went pretty hard, though, especially for a frozen pizza, which I'm usually, again, kind of against. But the sauce is nice. I thought it was going to be really sweet. It's not. It's pretty standard, middle of the road. The toppings, both the pepperoni and the sausage on here, both tasted pretty real. Again, when sometimes you get a frozen pizza, they taste a little, especially the two parts I always get weird with are the cheese in particular, which always gets super rubbery, and like meat. So if it's like a sausage crumble, I just don't like it. This sausage crumble tastes like real sausage. That was kind of wild. And same with the cheese, where I mean, it wasn't my favorite cheese ever, but it was definitely really good. I would put this definitely above like an average frozen pizza. I would go to the place called Emo's. I would go there in St. Louis and try this in real life. I have a feeling it'd be even better that way. And that's good. That's so good, I'm going to keep eating this once the show's done, actually. That's a good tell. All right. Moving on. So we've tried the chips. We've tried the root beers. We tried the ravioli. I think we're at the time we're going to go into the sweet range. So, next up then, Dad's Original Scotch Oatmeal Cookies. I'm curious about this. What are you all hiding in the water there? Don't answer. I probably don't want to know. These are awesome. I'm getting an instant like food nostalgia memory thing. I can't quite place it. I don't know what it is. But these just taste like I stepped into the past and ate kind of like a brown sugar butter cookie. That's really good. It's really crispy. I saw on the ingredients there's like ground raisins in it, so I bet that gives it a little of that flavor. It's good. You get like a hint of the oatmeal note, but not a ton. But that nice, rich, like kind of brown sugar sweetness. It's really good. This is a delicious cookie. It's not super duper sweet, by the way. It's like, it obviously is dessert sweet, but it's not gonna like blow your teeth out. Which is good. All right, we're gonna wash it down a little more of the diet here. Yeah, I think that's the winner of the two. This is still really good, the regular, but that goes crazy. Well, that leaves us with our final tasting item here today because we went through the chips. We got these cookies. We had the ravioli. We got the pizza. And this is the famous ooey gooey butter cake. All right. I'm pretty excited about this. I tried one. Like I said, I think I tried one before, and it was delicious. Got the camera. Oops, sorry, microphone. Yeah, that's easily the winner for me. That's one of those things that's so good. I don't know why we don't make it here. So you have a pretty standard like crust, like a pastry crust at the bottom. It's got a little bit of crunch on the outside, but it's still fairly soft and give. That center layer, it's almost like a butter custard. Like in my head, I'm like, is this what happens if I over churn ice cream? Or if I like, say, can you do that to a creme anglaise? Kind of similar vibe. It's got like a very potent, like vanilla custard, maybe vanilla gelato based kind of taste. Strong butter notes. It's very sweet and it's soft, but it holds together, right? So it's not like custardy in texture, but there's a little of that note in there. That's really good. But the real kicker is all this combined. What they do cleverly, it's a texture thing. So the top layer is what appears to be some, little crumblies and definitely some powdered sugar and sweetness. So it's like a crackly crumb cover. It's crispy and flaky, but it holds its shape. So when you're eating this, I mean, I'm imagining my tongue pressing into the roof of my mouth. You got this nice, like, again, the cakey bottom, the somewhat even softer middle of the custardy, richy creaminess, and then the crispy layer on top, and it all just comes together. Like, this is one of those things I'm like, I can't believe this hasn't left that area. Okay, well, that just made it really easy to figure out this list. So I'm going as my number one. The cake goes crazy. Easily, the cake is so good. Wow. Cake number one, I'm putting the Fitz's root beers into number two. And again, if I didn't say it hard enough earlier, we carry Fitz's products in the store, so come try them out. And if you're not crazy about like a wintergreen forward, that like root note, if you're not crazy about that in a root beer, try one of the other flavors. Try the Cardinal Cream, try the grape. I mean, they have so many delicious things. They use real cane sugar. And I think, and you should double check this, but I think they're caffeine free too, which is really cool. Kind of like Sprecher, another favorite line of mine in the store. Anyway, so I'm going there. I'm going that. We're going sodas in second place, but second and third are pretty interchangeable because I'm putting these chips right neck and neck. I really love these chips, honestly. I might maybe go so far as to go chips number two, drinks to wash them down, but 2 and 3 are pretty interchangeable. Those go crazy. Then after that, and this one's a surprise to me, I'm going pizza next. The pizza I actually kind of liked. It was a really good pizza, especially for being frozen. I'm very hard on those things. This was definitely a cut above your average frozen pizza. The ingredients used in it were a little bit better. I would love to go to the actual place to see how it differs. Let's see. Coming up right after that, I'm going with the Scotch oatmeal cookies. They had that, I don't know what it is. Something from the past. It just brought me back. It was really good. Then after that, we'll go the ravioli, I guess, gets to be in last place, but it wasn't bad. It was just that everything else really was killing it today. So Kevin, this is really cool of you. And thanks to all of you who have been reaching out to me. I'm very honored to be a part of this company in the first place. They're very cool to me. You all are very cool to me. I appreciate it. Like, it's just funny to me to think that, like, we saw some silly videos on the internet. Now here we are exchanging foods, kind of, pardon me. But like, this is our form of breaking bread digitally, right? Especially right now, this meant a lot because I've been trapped here. So of course I want to thank not just Kevin, and not the two Tylers, but I'll get back to one of the Tylers. But I want to thank Lucky, who's out there shooting shorts for me while I'm gone, so I can still create voiceovers and still make TikToks and that kind of thing. Appreciate you, Luck. And Ray, who's over in invoicing and one of our head cashiers. Ray has been helping Lucky get all the stuff together because Ray was helping manage this get delivered because I'm not sending people to my house that I don't know. And just having them collected at the store. And then I guess lastly, the Happy Human Adventurers, Tyler, who came in and when they were in town, delivered everything to me so I could make this episode for you. So that was also really cool. So thanks to all of you. Truly, it really means a lot. gosh, this is fun, actually. Hopefully I can do this more. So if you're out there and you have like some local foods you think you should try, I'd love to give you a couple things to try of ours. Kind of give me an idea. This was kind of fun. Let me think what we got coming up next week. I think I might have some pickle coverage coming up here soon for you. Working on, like I said, we talked about them earlier at the beginning of the show, Shine Water. That'll be happening soon, among so many other things. And of course, you can always reach out to me, podcast@junglejims.com. Download the app. Follow us on Eventbrite. All that good stuff. Okay. On that, I'm going to chug these root beers. So in the meantime, I'll see you out there in my living room.
The Jungle Gyms podcast is recorded in the WJJI studio inside Jungle Gyms International Market in Fairfield, Ohio. The Jungle Gyms podcast is produced and hosted by Mark Borison.